last time on Bound SMP, Vast had quite the nightmare about someone calling for him and a brown and white feather covered in blood. And he rushed off in quite a hurry out of his home to go get fresh air and escape a little bit away from everything so that he could try and get his mind back in focus. Though it did seem to have the unintended side effect of letting his mind wander and be a little bit more open than maybe he has been in the past. And not on my stream, but from Rune's perspective, when Rune invented coffee with Pietro and got Sylph to try it, ended up getting Vast to come over and try it as well, though he had no effect like the others did. He did get Rune to go back home and got him to talk and listened until Rune tired himself out and fell asleep. Vast took off his glasses, carried him to bed, and let himself pretend for a minute that maybe he could have something he doesn't think he deserves. Really? Rain? I'm trying to build. Okay. Well, those are in place, so fine. Yeah. Gears wise. I think I put this in gear before. Yeah, sure. I might have put it in tool. I definitely put it in tools before. What should I do today? I was building an expansion for potions. Figured maybe before we have to go, it would be best to restock. Stock up well. That way we don't have to, start from nothing like we did this time. Might as well take advantage of the safety of this location. Oh, looks like someone else is beating me too, clearing the rain. Yeah, You're still here, I see. Okay. I think, building-wise, I might be out of the materials I actually need. Yeah, I don't think 6 warp doors and 12 warp slabs are going to do it. So we have to go find more warped trees. Yeah, okay. There should be some out this way, right? This is... maybe I should apologize. Just maybe I should apologize a bit. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Sorry, you came at a bad moment. I was trying to find some sheep to make fabric so I could put up some proper curtains for a changing room.
I know there's sheep up by the library.
I don't quite know where that is. Been very focused on my business. But perhaps
Fair.
introducing myself to other business owners in the area might prove to be helpful.
Yeah. I was coming over to apologize.
To apologize.
For
For...
my comments about the skirt thing. Rune
see.
explained it to me better. And I think I misunderstood what you said pretty heavily.
Well, I appreciate the apology. I do accept. Thank you. What was it that you two talked about?
Well, you pointed out my hypocrisy with my hair and the skirt thing. And Rune got me to... I asked Rune to cut my hair off because you were right. I was being a hypocrite about calling skirts feminine and then having my hair long. But then Rune explained that hair doesn't have to be gendered like that. It's hair. And that's what you said about the skirt thing. It's a piece of fabric. Doesn't necessarily have a gender to it. It's a piece of fabric.
Exactly, yes. It's there as a form of expression and to, in some cases, use as for utility, for warmth in different climates, to keep cool, as well as modesty. There's also religious reasons of different clothing. There's a number of reasons and, well, non-reasons why people may dress the way they do.
Yeah, I
I am truly glad that you didn't chop off your hair. You have so much of it and so lovely. You could do all sorts of things with that. I'm not one who does much with hair. I prefer a simple braid or two, or I suppose three. But I do know more about fashion than hair, and I will say it would be an absolute tragedy.
if what?
Well, if you cut it off.
I mean, it's just hair. It would grow back.
Well, that is true.
But I didn't. I realized I didn't actually want to
But I'm
do that.
quite glad. Here, why don't you come in instead of we just standing outside? I do have a perfectly good shop here.
I have seen it.
Yes, but have you given the skirt some thought?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you could try it, and if you don't like it, well, it's just a piece of fabric. I can do something else with it. No harm, no foul. It won't hurt my feelings if you don't like something.
Are you sure? It seems like it would maybe hurt your feelings.
Would you want it to hurt my feelings?
Sorry.
If you want to try a skirt, then I'm more than willing to help you with that. And be the one to design that. But also, I don't want to push any boundaries of yours. It's come to my attention recently that I have a tendency to come across as rude occasionally. That is not my intent. I'm simply trying
It
to...
came across recently?
Yes.
You did insult me. I mean, I insulted you back, but you did.
It seems that the folks that I've met have done the same as well. But one moment.
There was something I was supposed to ask, I think, when you meet someone. What are your pronouns?
Oh yes, I suppose that isn't something that we discussed, was it? I use any pronouns. Although most people do default to they, I'm not opposed to he or she. If you want to get creative with it, then I'm not opposed to that either.
Wait, how do you...
What about yourself?
He...
Okay.
How do you... How is any... What? Wait, sorry. How... What?
Well, allow me to... Since they decided to leave a sign here, I will use Sylph as an example because he also uses any pronouns, and she decided it was a lovely idea to leave a sign on my barrel.
Oh, so you just mix whichever ones you want?
That is an option. You could also just use one for one particular day, or one other set for another particular day, etc., etc.
Oh.
It really doesn't... To me, it doesn't matter. If you mix and match, that is fine. If you choose one set for one day, that is also acceptable. But I truly don't wish to be put into one particular box and only have one person use one set of pronouns. That, I feel like, defeats a bit of the purpose of having any gender pronouns and all of the gender.
All of the gender?
Yes.
I feel like I'm...
I could be male,
missing.
or I could be female,
No, you can't.
or I could be neither. Well, do you want to check?
What? No,
I'm simply teasing you. Listen, it doesn't matter to me. That's the point. If people see me as male, that's fine. If people see me as female, that is also fine. If people see me as a mix, also acceptable. Something in between, neither, etc. I truly don't care. It only gives me more options to play around with presentation.
But...
After
okay,
all, pronouns are just words to refer to someone, are they not? A noun is a person or place or a thing. A pro is, I suppose the prefix for that would be to refer to somebody, correct? So it's referring to a person, place, or thing.
Yeah.
It's just made-up language.
I mean, I guess you're... Oh. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense then. Is that how... Okay, I'm sorry. This might make me sound... You seem to know a lot about this, and I haven't asked because it felt weird. The they thing... Rune uses that too. But...
Okay. So Rowan uses... What is the other set of pronouns?
He.
Just he and they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But how... Okay, well... He and she... Those... I mean, I've heard of those before, but I've never heard they before.
Well,
Meaning
obviously
Rune...
he and they are traditionally gendered, but they is... Well, it's more of a neutral one. Historically, it could be used to refer to a group of people, but say somebody leaves Let's see, what do I have on me? Say somebody leaves a sleeping bag lying around, and you look around and you think to yourself, huh, somebody left their sleeping bag here. That's referring to one person, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you don't know
Yeah.
their gender, so you're just using they instead of he or she. I mean, that works the same for when you do know somebody's pronouns, and that one of those pronouns happens to be they. So for Rune,
Okay.
you could mix in a they every once in a while with a he.
Okay.
Would you like to try? Tell me something about Rune. I know he's the one without wings. Why don't you tell me some more? I haven't met them yet.
They are an inventor.
Okay.
He makes, I think, pretty impressive things. They invented a drink that seemed to make Sylph.
Yes, I've heard of this. Coffee.
It kind of just tasted like trash to me. I don't know why they were so insistent. Wait, that
Well-
one was easier. I did it just. Sorry,
There you
that
are.
was probably just.
You're doing great. No, listen, if it's not something that you're used to, it's something that is new to you, then it's absolutely, I think it's something to be excited about.
It came a lot easier. I didn't even have to think about that one. Okay,
That's good.
that's good. Yeah, Rune would probably like that if I was better at using both the pronouns that they like.
I'm assuming you're fairly close with Rune?
I mean, it's Rune. I think Rune is close with everyone.
Well, I haven't met him yet.
I'm not entirely sure how. It seems everyone else runs into Rune first.
Well, I suppose I got lucky.
What? Why did you say it like that?
Well, I ran into you first. I don't know. Maybe Rune is like the welcome committee, and I just completely missed the welcome committee. I'm not
Look,
sure.
normally I get the welcome committee for other. Okay, technically I have also run into people first, and I just go get Rune. I just didn't get Rune this time.
Oh, I'm heartbroken, shattered, truly. I'll never recover from this.
Well, that's why you missed the. Rune's the one that asks everyone's pronouns. So when Rune asked, when I mentioned you, I didn't know the answer. What your pronouns were. So I.
Well, very lucky for you then. There is no right or wrong answer.
That seems complicated.
Well, not necessarily.
But so you don't. Is that identify? Is that the right word? You don't identify as either a guy or a girl?
In a complex way, I'm both, but also neither.
That's an option?
I mean, anything can be an option, really. It's not really anybody's business what gender you are, just whatever makes you feel comfortable. As long as you're not doing it for anybody else's convenience, of course, or comfort.
What do you mean?
Well, for some people, they grow up in a very strict environment and feel the need to conform to one thing or another. Well, for some folks, that may be due to safety, and they cannot be who they truly feel they are, or they simply
Don't know.
maybe they don't know. Exactly.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Was that kind of striking a chord with you? One of those?
And,
I won't press. I'm not. Listen, I won't probe or prod at you if you don't want to speak more on the topic.
it's just, I guess I hadn't ever heard of things before this,
That's
and
understandable.
even before that, I don't know, it was pretty well defined. Men do this, girls do that.
Ugh, and how boring is that? Really, to be put into that kind of a box. Unbelievable. I'm serious. It's
I
boring.
hadn't thought of
really.
boring as the word, but
Oh, but really, it's exhausting being like, oh, I'm a man. I have to go out and hunt for the food. Oh, I'm a woman. I have to stay home and take care of the children and do the dishes and feed them. And oh,
well, I mean, it wasn't
why?
that level, but I guess just
Well, you understand my point.
yeah,
It's
that's
silly.
fair.
To put somebody in a box simply based on what gender they are or what they were assigned at birth, it's simply a little silly, if you ask me.
Sorry, what does that mean? Assigned at birth? What does that? I don't know what that means.
Okay, so when two people love each other,
Okay,
very
no,
much.
don't you?
Oh,
You
so
don't need
you
to
know
go
what?
that far back.
Okay, you know
I know
what birth
is.
Okay.
I know what birth is. I
Okay,
meant
so when you were born,
assigned.
when you were born, the midwife or the doctor or whoever, they looked at you and said, "That is a boy," correct? I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Which
yes.
I'm
Okay.
based on the pronouns you've told me. So that would be they assigned you male at birth.
Oh.
And so many people, not, well, it seems here not as many, but many people would conform to that and agree with that and identify with their assigned gender. Some people who identify some people would identify as a different gender, whether that would be non-binary or the other gender. Well, now I'm going to get into the topic of how there's not really only two genders, and the topic of how some people might be.
That's a lot.
There's a lot. I'm not going to. We've only started. It's okay.
Just okay. You have the one assigned at birth.
Yes.
How do you figure out the other one?
Well, sometimes it takes a bit. Sometimes you just meet other people who don't identify with theirs and talk to them, and you can then explore your own gender. It's not just for some people it is just a magical kind, well, not actually magical, but a kind of epiphany, I suppose, of, oh, perhaps I'm a girl, or perhaps I'm a boy, or perhaps I'm neither, or perhaps I'm every gender under the sun, or perhaps I'm a girl on Mondays through days, and I am a male Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday is a toss-up. It's a flip of a coin. But I've lost you.
A little.
Right. Experimentation, playing around. It's words are made up. It is whatever. Truly.
Like fabric genders are made up.
Yes. fabric genders are made up. They're just
Wait, you said
garments.
clothes, not fabrics. That was
I understood what you meant. I understood what you meant.
Sorry, there was a lot of words in the past 20 minutes.
Yes, there has been. And this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay. Yeah, okay. That's a lot to think about. Yeah. Thank you
Of course.
for explaining it. I
Try my best. I am here for any questions you might have. I am possibly one of the better people to ask about these questions because I am an open book. I just want to help other people understand themselves a bit better.
So, if I wanted to see what a skirt felt like, I could possibly talk to you about that.
Well, absolutely. We could do that for sure. I do have a new sketchbook here. It is blank. We have nothing on the first page yet. And, of course, let me just get this. I do also have a measuring tape. And I do also, well, we would have to get some more wool, I think. But I do have leather, but I feel like leather for a skirt is maybe not the best fabric choice. I'm thinking more of a canvas material to match with the rest of the aesthetic that you have going on here.
I don't know how this works.
Okay. Come stand. I need a good lighting spot. Let's see. This spot right here. Right here. Stand right there.
Okay.
No, one over. Right here. Yes, perfect, perfect. Could you take off your armor for me, please? Lovely, lovely. All right, let me see here. All right, let's see. Okay, we're just doing these. Could you lift your wings for me, please? I need them out of the way for a moment.
Yeah.
All right, let me just get the waist measurement. Let me just sketch this down really quick. One moment. All right, and perhaps let's see. We'll get to this, and we will get to this. Oh, I don't have any. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Yes, and we'll put maybe a zipper down the front right there, and maybe princess seams along the sides, add a nice contrast, and of course some pockets because you do prefer utility. We'll keep a similar shape with aesthetic with the belts. Right. Okay, and perhaps maybe stirrup style. Yes, I think thigh highs with a stirrup foot at the bottom so the talons don't get in the way of anything like that. Take the measurement of the leg and the inseam there. Don't mind me. This is strictly business. Right, okay, alright, okay. I think I have the design. And I have finished a little watercolor sketch of it. Here, I'm gonna show you here. Look, just look right here. Here, I think this is perhaps what we're going for. We could, of course, lengthen the skirt, or we could even do a longer skirt and then have it zip off into a shorter one. That is also an option. I don't know what your comfort levels on this are. So this is, of course, version 1. This will be version 1. We could do several drafts, of course, and we could do some mock-ups using a lesser, not the type of fabric that we would end up using. Maybe perhaps a muslin mock-up. Of course, that would just be to see the shape, not just the color. But what are your thoughts? How do you feel about this?
It's It's interesting, at least.
Well, that is a start, at least. I'm glad to hear that.
Would you be willing to make something like that?
Of course, that's what I'm here for.
Um,
I am more than happy to take commissions of any sort.
any?
Well, yes, I mean, a skirt is fairly simple, hence all of the extra details, but yes, did you have something else in mind?
You said you don't do hair, but do you do jewelry, maybe?
It has been some time since I've done a piece of jewelry, but yes, I suppose I could.
Would you... I have... I have this.
What is this?
It's one of Rune's inventions. It's a refined amethyst block.
Oh, interesting. Interesting, I see.
Do you
And
think
you want
could,
something...
you could make something out of it for Rune?
Oh,
I
I see. What did you have in mind?
I don't exactly know what type of jewel. Maybe a. What about a glasses chain?
I think that would be lovely. I mean, you said Rune is an inventor, correct?
Mhm.
Then I think that's absolutely perfect. I think, well, a necklace, I think, would get possibly in the way, and I certainly wouldn't want that getting hooked into any gears or moving parts or anything. That would be most troublesome. But yeah, I do believe that a glasses chain with this, although I would have to break it down into a smaller, more manageable size.
Yeah, that's okay.
How how would we go about doing that?
Something without silk touch should reduce it back into its dust.
All right, so it's a dust. Interesting. I should only need one of these. Here, I'll give the rest to you. Take that. And let's see. I'm going to put these dies back away, and I will need the measuring tape to measure this out. Now let's see, how long? Let's see, perhaps... Do you know, is Rune more of a silver, a gold, a rose gold?
Gold.
All right. How's this?
I like that a lot.
Right, take a look.
Yeah. Yeah, that I think is perfect. Thank
Fantastic.
you. What do I pay you in?
You know, perhaps I should have figured out my rate beforehand. Well, we could figure. How about you bring me some more of that refined material, or perhaps just introducing me to Rune, or perhaps black ink, Zax. I haven't found any black ink whatsoever, and it's truly troublesome for me. It is quite troubling.
Yeah, I can do that. Sure. I can gather
Now,
supplies a bunch.
I will say, I don't want to prod. I keep saying this, but it's not the most platonic thing to get jewelry for a friend.
Well,
And you had a sort of look on your face when you were talking about them while practicing their pronouns.
I don't exactly plan on sticking around too much longer, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
I'm
I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I'm sure based on what I've heard about your relationship or friendship with Rune, I feel like he would be quite sad if you decided to leave.
Yeah.
Plus, I've heard that there's going to be a race between Astral and Sylph. I haven't met this Astral yet, but I do think that it would be a good idea to stick around for that. I might even see if they need a flag to be designed for the race.
Yeah, I mean, I'll still be here for a little bit, but I have to try out this skirt, right?
This is true. You also have to pay me.
Yeah, I'll find you some supplies and try and find a time that Rune is not finally asleep for once.
Well, I'm sure inventing things is very hard work. Plus, walking around all of the time. How does he do that?
Yeah, it is tiring. I agree with you there. Thank you again. I'll go start getting your payment.
You're very welcome. No rush on the payment. I mean, I could just take a very long time to make this skirt.
No, I'll go get you things. Yeah. Bye, Gavin.
My vest.
That was a lot. That was a lot of pieces, huh? The thing that Gavin had with talking about hi. That's vast. He has to leave soon, but maybe they wouldn't look bad in a skirt. Maybe she would like to stick around, even if he knows he shouldn't. Maybe they never got to think of things like that before. And that's a lot for her to think about. Maybe this is a little too much for them. Yeah. We had some things we were gonna go do, right, Magpies? Supplies to get and maybe they'd like it here. More than they have anywhere in a really long time.